Please note that police chases can be dangerous and unpredictable. We do not condone reckless driving or any other illegal activity. Our videos are intended for educational and entertainment purposes only.
It had been a standoff situation on the 710 freeway. This person was wanted for possible kidnapping. There was a pursuit. Then there was a standoff situation, and it looks like there's now a pursuit, but it looks like literally the wheel may be coming off. You look at the front left wheel, doesn't seem to be working all that well. This driver now moving onto the side of the freeway, and are we going to have a standoff situation again? So the standoff situation, which we were following and updated, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, had shut down part of the 710 freeway during rush hour. They basically were stuck on an on-ramp at Alondra, and now is the driver getting out? Opens the door, thinks about getting out. Is this driver going to start driving again? So we don't know. When it says possible kidnapping suspect, is it possible that there is somebody inside that van that may have been kidnapped? We don't know if this suspect may have taken somebody by force or could be armed. We also don't know, okay, now they're out, leaving the van behind and going to make a run for it on the freeway in the middle of rush hour traffic. So where is this person going? It looked like that van was like basically not working anymore. So where do they think they're going? So now basically taking a gingerly jog on the side of the freeway. We wonder, where is law enforcement? We saw so much of it behind this suspect a short time ago. Now this guy basically just walking along the road. You wonder what must be going through his mind, what must be going through the mind of the folks that are on the freeway in the middle of rush hour traffic, sort of bumper to bumper right now at 6 o'clock, and this guy just going for a stroll. So where are the black and whites to potentially bring this guy into custody? This is a bizarre scene we are now looking at. This is on the 91 exit. Now this guy's going back the other direction, back towards the direction of the van, back towards the direction of the officers. So this is the 91 Long Beach Boulevard. This is North Long Beach. Is he going to get back into the van? Is he tired? Is this person potentially under the influence of something at this moment that is causing him to act irrationally? So this sort of weird situation where our chopper is following this possible kidnapping suspect. And the big question is, where the heck are the cops? We had just seen a bunch of cops that were behind this suspect, you know, when he drove away from them. And why are they letting him just go on a walk on the freeway? There's no officers that could get close to this person and put this guy into handcuffs as we pull out a little bit. I guess not. So could he get back into his van and continue to drive away from them? Okay, this whole thing is very, very strange. Is he now going to get back in? So he's got the key. And let's see, does the key work? Checking out the car. See, look at that front wheel. That's the problem. I mean, we played a soundbite from LeBron James in the last 15 minutes during our sports report saying that the Lakers were going to try to, you know, keep going until the wheels fall off in terms of their season, as they're now down 3-0. And literally the wheels are falling off this car. I mean, he's got a flat tire. There's nowhere that he can go. Maybe he's going to get some roadside assistance before he can't ride any longer. So he decided to get out and look for help. It says there, Planet Tire Service Incorporated. Planet Tree Service Incorporated. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it on a small monitor, so it's hard for me to read that. And I don't know if that is his business, if this is in his car, or he's an employee of that, or if you know what led to that, or what's the background on that. But this driver just continues to wait there. How weird is this whole thing? We just don't see anything. Okay, so now we've got our pal Tim Lynn on the phone, who has been a part of law enforcement pursuits for years and covered them in the media. Tim, thanks for being with us. So where the heck are the cops? What's going on here?
You know, I've been kind of watching this off and on ever since it started, and I'm not sure. I mean, last I saw when I was checking in on it, he was stopped on that freeway on-ramp there to Alondra, and it looked like a barricade, and, you know, going through the normal routine. Then I hear he takes off, and now looking again, he's sitting there with no left front tire and getting out and inspecting, and there's no police around. So I'm not really sure what is going on there. I don't have the privy to the frequency to listen to what's being said. But all I can think, if he's a kidnapped suspect, maybe they're worried that there's a victim in the van. But then again, you know, they don't want to provoke him. But, you know, looking at the replay here with him getting out and running away from the van, perfect opportunity to take him down, take him into custody, and get him away from it. But apparently they didn't do that. He was able to get back into the van. So right now there's a lot of information that needs to be obtained from the police department to figure out exactly what they're working with here and what their information is to, you know, kind of give us an idea what the suspect's idea is or what he's doing back in the van. Is there a reason they're not up trying to take him into custody?
Yeah, because if that's the concern, that there's somebody in the van, this guy did the work for him. He got out of the van, ran away from it. There wasn't a lot else around there. We don't know if they believe that he's armed or not. But, you know, is this in the guidebook? Like, what kind of police protocols would it be if they were concerned enough to have a barricade situation and shut down part of the freeway to then just leave this person?
Just going back to my prior law enforcement experience, and if they backed off and let him go, there must be something in that van that they're very concerned about, that if they pressure the suspect, something could happen. There could be a second suspect still in the van. There may be two, there may be three, that they have the information on. That, and with the one guy getting out and running, being the driver, there's an opportunity to take him down. But then again, scenarios on this, and there is no playbook, there is no guidebook, there is no okay, turn to page 3. This is a van stopped on the freeway with X amount of people inside. Everything is done off experience and prior incidents like this. Also, what information have they obtained on this suspect? Is it a known suspect? Is the victim inside known to the suspect? Is there a victim inside? Was the kidnap that he's being pursued for, where is that victim? You know, there's all kinds of things that in news we do not know, but the law enforcement are working with that information. So I don't really want to second guess what they're doing because they're the experts on the scene with all the information. But it is very strange. And once again, we have another pursuit here that just goes completely out of the norm. And that's what is so difficult for police officers to deal with.
A slow motion pit, westbound side of the 91 freeway, swerving out of control. Unbelievable that this van is still on the move. This is just absolutely incredible. The front tires have already been spiked. No tires left, all rims. Pepper balls being shot into the side of this cab, of this van. Look at this.
Where you see right there, those deputies or officers moved in and then moved quickly out. That was sort of the tell that we've gotten so far from law enforcement. And there are shots. That was the shot at the front window. But we did see shots earlier that were aimed at the back window. It seemed to be aimed at the back window. Did this suspect shoot out the deputies? We don't have any evidence of that, but maybe he did. I couldn't tell that from where I was. Tim, did you see that from where you were? Did you see evidence of this suspect shooting at the deputy or the officers there?
had been in the vehicle for a couple of months or a couple of weeks, or did it happen? So that's why I was hoping we had some type of aerial footage of the van hand side, so we didn't have that side when he was stopped. We could see the right-hand side. I just like to, if we had the footage, which I don't think we do, is that they're able to pull back and look to see when those appeared. Those, and like I said, those may have been there forever. But me, just looking at a scene here where we don't have a lot of information, we're just trying to glean stuff that we see, and going with my experience, I'm going, well, where did those two holes come from? Where did the back window come from? So that's what I was trying to go with, is trying to find out if we had any footage of that, or any information from CHP where they shot at. Obviously, if we get a hold of PIO and they're able to give that information, that the change from just being a plain pursuit to a suspect not wanting to get out to where a little more active. But as close as those CHP officers are, and as little cover as they're taking, I would think that if he was firing out of there, they'd be back a little bit and a little further away and down behind their cars more than they are right now. Because if he's taking pot shots out of there, they're about to. Here comes an arm.
Now hopefully we can zoom in a little bit more. So this is it same suspect? So now we've got the airbag. Is he trying to open the door? Okay, maybe the door's broken. Okay, now the door is open. Is he coming out, or is he trying to now set this thing up again? Okay,
they could be trying to pinch it in the door on the top so it doesn't move around. Open the door, push it out, and then close the door again. Perfect timing right here for them to put a less than lethal right into him. I mean, that's just a little bit. But, yep, see, he's doing exactly what I said. He's just using the door to hold his shield up. There you go.
Yeah. So they didn't. Is that would have been your approach in that situation? This is your opportunity to.
At that point, I would have either hit him with a less lethal, or if I had pepper balls at that point, I would start launching pepper balls in there to take the fight out of him, give him a reason to give up. But going back to the information,
right?
Is there somebody else in there?
Is there somebody else in there?
Kidnap has been taken off the table,
right?
Now it's just completely.
Okay, so we are approaching the top of the hour here, and when the clock hits 7 o'clock, we are going to turn things over to our friends at Extra for their show. We will continue to stream this at foxla.com. So a reminder that you can watch any of our newscasts anytime at foxla.com/live. That's breaking news. You can also stream this via the which also has our live stream as well on your smart TV. And we will have an update on how this thing ends, hopefully, tonight for the Fox 11 News at 10. Suit.
Yeah,
this is a little different than what we were going to talk about, but we got your expertise.
Thanks for having me.
Nonetheless, our thank you to Jonathan Novak for his update on the traffic, and our thanks, as always, to for his expertise when it comes to all things law enforcement and all things pursuits. So in the meantime, if you know anybody that's on this freeway, send them love, because there for a while. Again, our coverage continues online. Thanks for watching the Fox 11.
A couple minutes ago, they are putting a unit together, 2 officers in the lead there as they march towards the vehicle, weapons drawn, shields up. What they're probably going to do here is pull down that pillow and maybe even pull out the tire, and then you'll see them retreat slightly if that gives them better visibility. So the first step is to get that cardboard out of the way. Are those, so what's up top there, guys? That's not, those aren't hands. Yeah, they don't see his hands, so they're going to pull that cardboard out, and then maybe even that sheet there. There's the sheet. Yep. The sheet is jammed in the door, but there goes the sheet. There goes the cardboard, and we'll see. You see the shields blocking the suspect. He's trying to pull that sheet back inside the vehicle, but he's basically hiding under the sheet. He's hiding under that blanket. And so they tried to pull it. They were able to dislodge it from the passenger side door, but he's still holding on tightly to that sheet. And unfortunately, they did not manage to pull away that cardboard. They're probably going to give that another shot. And if you think about it, if we replay what we just saw, this was probably the smartest possible move that they could have done. Make an attempt to approach the vehicle. They feel pretty confident that he's in that passenger seat, and they just, you know, if they could, try and remove those obstacles. Try and remove that cardboard, the blanket, the tire, and then the game kind of starts from scratch again.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot of movement there from the pursuit suspect here, and definitely a coordinated move by CHP to move in and try and grab some of those things. He obviously tried to pull the sheet back in, but the hope is that maybe this move kind of peering up above the sheet. I think I see a bit of a face in there. As we see kind of CHP continuing to wait this out. It does appear, though, which is a good sign, that the suspect is continuing to communicate with CHP officers. If the suspect was not communicating, if he was quiet at all, that would kind of raise the stakes, but at least at this point, he's communicating, so officers know at least that they're able to talk to him and see where his mind is at as we see these officers moving in for another go-around.
Yeah, communication is good, but without being able to see his hands, the risk is just as high. So here they are making a second attempt, and I imagine the first thing they'll go for this time might be that cardboard box. That's going to be the easiest thing to pull, and then that blanket as well. So we'll see if they can manage to pull this debris out of the passenger side window. Here comes the blanket next, and now they'll at least be able to see inside the vehicle. Presumably it's locked, so they can't open it up, but now they've got a lot more visibility into that front seat there. There's a taser pointed at the rear there. It looks like he's retreated to the rear of the van. He has retreated to the rear of the van. That passenger side appears empty, and here comes the sliding door. Now officers on both sides, driver's side and passenger side, being bum rushed by those officers, and now they're in a position where they can quickly extract the suspect out of the side compartment there. There's the door, and there you see the suspect sliding right out of the door onto the ground, and they will now tackle him to the ground and restrain him and detain him and bring this to its rightful conclusion. Finally, after an extended standoff, his second standoff with law enforcement of the day. This time it comes to a dramatic end here in the middle of the 91 freeway.
Well, Chris Christie, I got here just in time. This is Mark Brown.
Timing is everything, Mark.
I finally got in and was able to get on the desk here and watched it unfold along with you and along with everybody watching our stream here.